Hey, seventh grade. So this is like the worst camera angle ever. It makes me feel incredibly self-conscious. There we go. Okay. Um, so we're looking here at angle pair relationships with algebraic expressions. And so with these algebraic expressions, they're going to turn into algebraic equations because of the relationships of the angle pairs. So here we go. This first one, if we look at this, these two angles form a straight line. So these are supplementary angles. And sorry, it's writing weird for the moment, but I had to get my equation editor up, so yeah. And so then it says solve for x. Now, supplementary angles, if we recall, they add to equal 180. So a plus b equals 180, where a and b are the two angles that we're talking about. Okay, so that being said, I guess we're going to do... Oh, that's why I had it like that. I wish I were smart. Okay, so I'm just going to show you what I did. I went ahead and turned this into a minus sign because somehow I had it in my head that I was going to set these two equal to each other. But I had made this problem a long time ago, and I think that I would have fixed it, if it were actually an issue. So now we're going to try this again the way I intended originally. So let's see. It says 32 is that first angle plus 3x plus 1, I guess I don't need my equation editor, there's no squareds or anything I need to do, equals 180. All right, so combine our like terms. 32 and 1 are like terms, so we got 3x plus 33 equals 180, and I just put my calculator away, so got it. I call it a calculator, it's actually my phone, don't tell anybody. I'm kidding, I don't care if you use your phone as a calculator, because if, that's what you're actually using it for, then I'm super proud and super impressed. So we're going to subtract 33 from both sides. And so that means that 3x is equal to 147. And again, I didn't write my sub-step in there, right? The whole minus 33 from both sides. From both sides. Anyway, so I didn't write that in there, but I said it, and so you should be able to follow along. And then we're going to divide by the number touching x. And so we're going to divide on this side by 3, and 3 divided by 3 is 1, so just 1x. And 147 divided by 3 is 49. And so x is 49. Ta-da! Now, in some of your questions today, it may ask you to determine what the actual measure of the angle is, and that's not too hard. If we're looking for the angle, we take this number, we plug it in back here. So 3 times 50 minus 3, so 147 plus 1, which is 148, is 148 plus 32 really equal to 180? Well, yeah. So you may encounter that today in your process. I'm not entirely sure. Okay, so let's look at these. So here we have two perpendicular lines and a ray coming off of that intersection. And so all 4 of these sections are going to be 90 degrees, which means that this part right here, I can't edit that one. Okay, which means that these two angles right here are, oh gosh, I wish there was a word for that. Complementary angles. They add, their angle measures add to be 90 degrees. And so that means that 6x plus 2 plus 40 degrees equals 90. And so that means that 6x plus 42 is 90. And then I'm going to subtract 42 from both sides. And I did not work on this one already over here. Hang on. And we're going to get 6x is 48. And then, of course, we divide by the number touching x. And that is the 6. And so 6x divided by 6 is just x. And 48 divided by 6 is 8, because I can math. And then that's it. We're done. Now, we could figure this out, and we can double check ourselves, right? What's 6 times 8? Well, that's 42, plus 2 is 50. Did I say 42? Of course I did. Like a moron. My bad, guys. 6 times 8 is 48, plus 2 is 50. And 50 and 40 together make 90 degrees. So there's that. All right, the last one. Oh boy, the last one. The last one is a set of vertical angles. See how they are across from the intersection, across from the x. We see this third line right here, and that's not really affecting anything. But this right here, this x, that is the creation of these two vertical angles. And we know that vertical angles are congruent to each other, and I wish that I knew what that even meant. Okay, yeah, I forget that you're not actually here in front of me to tell me what that means. So I guess I just have to not play dumb. So what that means is that these two angles have the same measure, that their measures are equal to each other, and so this would be like A equals B. So 2 plus 3x, sorry, wrong button, equals 62. And then I'm going to subtract 2 from both sides because that's the constant, that's a single number. And so we are going to get 3x equals 60. And then we divide by the number touching x. Divide by the number touching x. Divide by the number touching x. And that's going to be x equals 20. Okay, that's pretty much all I got. So what you need to do with these is first identify what kind of angle pair you're dealing with, and then you can use these and this one and this setup up here. You can use those to kind of help guide you on how do I set this up, because you guys are like pros at solving these two-step equations, and so that's really all that we're going to see here. So I'm going to wrap this up, and hopefully this video will work, because yesterday was just absolutely the worst thing that could possibly have happened. None of my videos got out of the processing stage, and so I'm hoping that we don't have a repeat of that, because that would just be awful. Anyway, I'm going to go. So do your work, submit the stuff, check in with me if you have any issues whatsoever, and I'll see you tomorrow.